So this class is basically to go over how to make a listing presentation in Command instead of the classic PowerPoint that we've done in the past. It doesn't really work out for everybody because you have to have the correct version of PowerPoint installed and all that stuff. Command makes it easier because it's just basically a template platform that you can just edit text and photos and stuff, and it'll kind of make these graphics for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, assuming everyone can see my, Bernard, can you just shake your head yes if you could see my command? Cool. All right. I am signing into Brian's account because I basically use his to test everything. Yeah, so I'm just going to walk it through step by step, and this will kind of help you work in designs as well. The listing presentation is probably the most complicated thing in there, and it is pretty easy. But if you could do this, you can do anything in designs.
You are recording, correct?
I am, hold on. I should have been, oh yeah, yep, I'm recording. Good. Mark, what's going on?
Hey, Connor. It's all good.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. I thought you had a question.
No, right. I'm saying I can see the light flashing, so it must be recording.
Okay, good. Yeah, I can't see it when I'm sharing, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Cool. All right, so this is your command homepage on the left. These are the different applications. This little sketch pad is designs. I'm going to click that. And then these are kind of your past designs. So we want to go to the bottom right-hand corner and click this plus button. And then this is going to be a print application. You can obviously send this book digitally. You can upload it to a Flipbook, etc. Yeah, it's going to be in a print format. So this is where you'll find flyers, brochures, business cards, and things like that. Social media, obviously, it's all like a square, a little more simple design to post on Instagram or Facebook. Video is great. That's kind of, it's almost different than designs, but we can go over that at the end if we have some time. Since I know I think we had some interest earlier before I started recording. Email kind of isn't ready yet. I wouldn't mess in there yet, but I'm going to go ahead and click print. And this page, it loads into a different website basically. So just give it a second. It's not going to do anything right away. So this is kind of where people freak out, like, what's happening? I clicked go ahead. It's taking a little longer than usual. Let me try it again. There it goes. My browser's loading right here. That's good. All right, so on the left, just a little bit about the interface of designs. This left is going to be what you're using this for. Obviously, we're going to go to listings because this is a listing presentation. And I'm not going to go through the buyer presentation because it's extremely similar. It's the same process. So just take what you learn in this class and just apply it to the buyer presentation. But yeah, you'll find that right here. If you did want to go into lead generation, you can find things for that. Business basics, you can find like Facebook headers. Well, that would be under social, but business cards and letterheads, basically. And then on the right here on the top, this is going to be the size of the piece. This will be a flyer, a postcard. Obviously, there are different sizes. That's where you'll find that. So listing presentation, it's only going to come in one size, a letter size, 8.5 by 11. So that's why there's only one option there. And then you have two different design options. The content is exactly the same in each, but if you tend to go for like a bolder, use a lot of black, you'll pick this one. If you want something a little cleaner, lighter, you'll pick this one over here. I'm going to go ahead and use this black one. I like that typography there.
Conner, forgive me. How did you? I just stepped away for a minute. This is Jim, and I didn't figure out how did you get here? This in designs. I'm in designs.
Yep, this is designs, and then you select a new. Here, I'm going to open a new tab and just do that again.
I'm sorry.
Really quick.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
Wasting time, Myrick.
I know.
Yeah. So, yep, designs is this little sketch pad on the left.
Right, I got that.
And then this little plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be print. Next.
Huh?
You got that?
I'm in. I didn't have anything in here, but I guess I just have to add it, right?
Yeah. So basically, and then on the left, you'll go to listings and then listing presentation.
I got it.
And then you'll find it there. Cool.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Thanks.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I want everyone to be caught up. But while we're on that subject, we're not going to, just as a disclaimer, I don't want people to follow along. More just kind of watch and listen, and then I'll take questions at the end. So I hope everyone's caught up now, so we'll be good to go. But yeah, so here we are. And I'm just going to talk about the interface in here really quick. On the left, these are your pages. These are the pages that you can add into your presentation. And they're not in your document yet. These are just options that you can put in there. I'll go into that a little more in depth. On the bottom, you'll see pages. Click that, and this is my document. This is my listing presentation. So right now there's a blank kind of placeholder there. I'm going to add this page, just clicking that little plus button. And this is now in my document. I'm going to delete this first placeholder. Yes, I want to delete that because there's nothing on it. And then I can take this first page and edit it. I'm going to move my video onto the left here. And then on the right, I can click these zoom kind of buttons. And I'm just going to use this first page as my cover page because it looks nice. I double clicked it. And now I can type. I'm just going to say listing your home with Conner Dubay. And if you saw, my last name almost fit on that last line there. I'm going to take this text box and I'm going to drag it and make it a little longer to just make it fit. It's definitely a little hack that you can do. And then when I'm done kind of editing that text box, I always click over here into this gray section so that nothing is selected. I'm going to zoom out, and that's my cover page. And I'm going to move my video back. And then I'm going to look back at my pages here. This is kind of an instruction page telling you how to edit pages, kind of what I'm doing right now. But it's basically saying like, this document is really meant for you to completely customize to you and your business. Make sure to read everything that we've written in here and make sure it applies to you. Make sure that this document is for us, it would be DRE compliant. It says make sure it's compliant with state guidelines, etc. So if you want to read that, you could just add that as a page. Zoom in, you could read this. And then obviously you don't want this in your document to send to your potential sellers. So I'm going to go back and delete that. And then some people like to customize this to the potential client. I see a lot of people now not doing that. They just make this book and they mass produce them and they bring them to their listing appointment. I think that's totally fine. But if you do want that personal touch, saying this has been personally presented for Maria and Chris Roberts, that's totally fine. And I'm gonna go here and double click, and it's not Maria and Chris, it's Mary and Joe Smith. And then again, I'm clicking into this gray area to unselect things. If you have things still selected, you can kind of make it a little messy, like maybe move it around by accident. So now that, I kind of messed this up, I'm going to undo that by just clicking Command Z. I'm on a Mac, it's Command Z. On a PC, it'll be Control Z. And then down here, compliments of Conner. And they kind of have like this cool typography that the last name is a heavier weight or bold than your first name. And then just use your arrow keys. I'm just clicking left just to kind of fine tune where I want this placed. It's a good habit to get into. And then obviously you would type in all your information here. I'm not going to do that right now, just for the sake of time.
Well, your hair was a lot longer then, Conner.
I know. Honestly, my hair actually at one point it was not that long, but it was a little close. It was close to that long at one point.
I don't remember those days.
So my library, luckily I already have my headshot here. I've selected this photo. I just have it clicked, and I'm gonna hover over my my picture. Don't click anything yet, and I'm gonna click Replace Image. This little recycle icon. Click, and it just replaces it right there. And I'm gonna do the same for up here for this photo. Say you have a picture of the house. Some people like to do that, or just put a nice interior or something like that. That's totally fine. You can add a photo. You can upload something here, or you can go to company and just check out all the stock images that are available that KW gives you. So I just clicked home types, and there's this, yes, it's like a lot of city settings, suburban, whatever kind of applies. Like obviously in the Los Gatos area, it's not going to be like the city setting, but I'm going to replace it with this cool kind of kitchen studio area. And then the logo. You're going to go to logos on the left. You're going to want to upload a new one because our company logos aren't just going to show up here. I'm just going to replace that. And since this image had a square, it was in a square, so there's extra space above and below this logo. That's why it dropped down there. So again, I'm just using my arrow keys and I'm moving it up, and it's a little big. So I just dragged that. I didn't have to hold shift or anything. Usually, if you're using any other design kind of program, you have to hold shift to keep the ratio correct, so you're not squashing that logo. In here, you don't have to do that. You just drag the corner and it keeps the ratio. And that page is done, assuming I put in all my contact information. So I'm going to open up my pages again, go back to templates on the left, and then I'm going to add a new page. And then I'm on this third page, but say I'm like, oh, I forgot to do something on the second page. I spelled their name wrong. Just click that again, and then it'll bring up that second page. And we're back here. Going back to pages, I'm going to go to this third page. And there are so many possibilities of different pages you can add. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm going to do the ones that, definitely the ones that you can customize a lot, because there's some of them that are just, you put them in and they're good to go. But we'll check those out a little later. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see kind of what's going on. I'm just scrolling on my trackpad, but you could use this scroller here. And this is just a table of contents. And that's how this is laid out on the left. But say you end up changing things around, like you want the marketing plan like first thing, just move these around. To however your book is. And then I'm dragging these things around, but these guides are coming up and kind of helping me. It's kind of being smart and helping me align all of these. And then obviously, like this lady again, I'm just going to replace that with me. And the option isn't coming up for the replace image. Sometimes the replace image icon does not come up, but I'm just going to put that there. I'm just going to cover her. And then I'm just going to delete her. There's like a weird shape behind her too. I'm just clicking delete. There it is. Next page. I always pull up this panel again, just to kind of see where I'm at, just to kind of get comfortable with my order. And then obviously this is if you're doing a very custom presentation for this particular property. Some people just kind of leave it to the CMA that they get. They use MLS or Cloud CMA, and then they'll just put that into the end of this document, or they'll put it all in a folder. So some people might want to skip this part because they already have so much information on the property in a different application. But say you want to do it all in here, you can. It's going to take a little time every time that you have an appointment, because you have to make, you can base this document off of an old one that you did. So all of your contact information, the logos are that's already done. You're just kind of changing up the property. It's a possibility if you want to do that. But for the sake of the class, I'm going to do it. And it's going to be the same thing. Double click, backspace. The property is 780, I don't know. I'm still on caps lock. Los Gatos Boulevard. And since it was already, it wasn't all caps initially, it was title case. Every first letter is capitalized, that's title case. I tried to just stick to whatever the template was. You know, professional designers kind of made these. I just, you know, trust what they did. And it kind of takes off all that thinking for you too. And again, I'm using kind of my arrow keys just to move around here. It's a 4-bedroom house. My imaginary home here. I just messed that up somehow, so I'm going to click Command Z, and that brought it back to where it should be. It's a 4-bath. It's a nice house. It's 2,700. You get the idea. And then if you have all this information, you can definitely do that. I don't know if there's a way, someone correct me, I don't think there's a way that like in MLS or something that tells you this information, your home is 10% larger than the average property sold in your area. You would obviously change Barton Hills to Los Gatos, downtown Los Gatos, something. So it's kind of something that you have to figure out. If you're like, oh, this is a big house. Like I'm gonna see what I can come up with. There's definitely some creativity on how you're looking at this property, and that's what this is. Your home has the average number of bedrooms compared to the average property sold, things like that, and this all kind of helps you determine the listing price, right? And just to note, and just to kind of prove that you know a lot about what you're doing, I'm going to go to this next page. I just clicked that, and then that added a new page in my document. You can see right there. You can click the plus button, but I just clicked right here, and it does the same thing. And then this is a neighborhood snapshot of Barton Hills. This is a neighborhood in Austin, Texas that you'll see across all of this collateral as a placeholder. I believe this is where the KW offices are located in. So we're obviously going to change all of this information. And again, this is only if you want to do this every single time for a particular listing appointment. So this little graphic here, you don't have to find all this information. It actually does it for you. Bernard, what's a neighborhood in Los Gatos?
Almond Grove.
Almond Grove. I'm here at Snapshots at KWLS. And probably a lot of them are going to come up. So you kind of have to narrow it down if it doesn't come up right away. Almond Grove, Los Gatos. Is Almond Edith Jardin? Would that maybe be it? Oh no, that's Los Altos. Okay.
I would say Maine.
Maine. Okay, Los Gatos, Maine. And they use next door as the neighborhood, as what determines the neighborhoods. So that's maybe why the names will be different. It's whatever is in next door. So you see that this is like the long format. You want to switch this out just like you would with a photo. I have this clicked, replace image, and there it is. And a bunch of information came up for your property already. What's happening in Los Gatos? This one's a little long, so I'm gonna extend this a little bit and make it smaller because it did not fit in that area. Again, I'm double clicking. Los Gatos, Maine. I'm just extending this text box again just so that Maine fits. And then this is where you would type out any other information that you might know about the property. And again, definitely delete things if you don't know it. Like what else are buyers looking for? This stuff you can find on Real Scout. Kind of like buyers in that area are all looking for open concept layouts. You can kind of find that stuff in Real Scout. But let's say I don't know it. I'm like, there's nothing really there. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this stuff. That's fine. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to a different page. Comparable properties.
Does it save automatically, Connor?
Yeah, this is all saving. Yep. Sometimes up here, it'll kind of say like auto saved. But if you're not sure, you can go up to File and Save. It's already on autosave, but I'm just gonna save it just in case because it just makes me feel more comfortable, right? Just to make sure everything's saved. Comparable properties. If you have all this information ready to go, feel free to do that. Depending on how long ago it was listed, you can find it in KWLS if it's kind of recent. So I'm just gonna type in Los Gatos, California. I wish it's bringing up street names of Los Gatos. Well, if you knew a specific address, it would be good to, you would just kind of put it in there. But here we go, Los Gatos Boulevard, Los Gatos. I'm gonna select that. And then I have this image selected, same thing as before, replace image. And then the listing details, you can find it all here. Select that. And I can replace the address here. And then say I don't need the zip code, like it's all the same zip code, they get it. That's their neighbor's house, right? Just gonna delete all that. 367 Los Gatos Boulevard. Go down here, all the information's here. You can just go in here and change and manually type it, or you can one by one replace all of these. And you can do that for all four. I'm gonna go back to templates, pages, and then this is the easy part because some of these pages you don't have to do anything. So I'm on pages, zoom in. That's it. Like you don't have to do anything on this page. This content's already there for you. This is kind of saying your needs come first. What's one thing that has happened to make your dream scenario reality. How can I make your dreams come true, etc. So that's it there. My Zoom stuff keeps blocking my screen. Go back to pages. Add a new page. I'm going to stop right here. Does anyone have any questions?
Hey, Connor, can you add all the pages and then go back?
You can. Yeah, so like I added all these pages here. I'm scrolling left and right. I have a trackpad, but you can use this here. Yeah, say I want to go back to my my second page where I had their names and stuff. Just click that. Yep, but you can't, like, if you mean like in bulk, add it all, you can't. So I'm gonna go back here. And again, this is one of those pages that you don't have to change anything unless this differs from your business. Say like coming soon campaign, like maybe you don't do coming soon, you don't market coming soon at all. I know right now it's weird, it has to be on MLS anyway as coming soon, that new rule. But say that you don't do that at all, you just go on market and that's it. Just go ahead and delete that. Delete that. And then you kind of want to move all these back up so they fit. But the good thing about this is that you're only doing all this once, and then your next appointment, you're just copying this one, and all this stuff is done for you. You're just kind of switching out the person's name, the address of the home, things like that. Like these pages are good to go once you do it once. Let's add this page. I should have brought up my pages panel to kind of check out where I am. Yes, this is page 9. It's good to kind of keep track of like how long your document's going. This is all information on the app. If you're plugged into the app and you know how to use it, like go ahead and use this page. Type in your URL for your app right here. And then, yeah, that's it for this page. Just some really good information on how to use the app. Bring up pages again. We get into the marketing plan. This is good to go. This is just saying like 95% of buyers are looking online at some point, etc. Finding your buyer is the next page. Zoom in, and obviously you want to read all this stuff. Again, make sure it pertains to your business. Yeah, this whole section is kind of the easy stuff, and it's good to go. Yep. Good stuff there. Your media plan, and this is maybe where you want to edit this, because maybe you don't plan on doing Facebook ads for this property. I think you should, because you can get leads from it. Say like you don't use Instagram. Maybe you're not, right now we're not using flyers. So maybe we want to get rid of all this altogether. You know, until things change, that we can use flyers again. Yeah, but yeah, just make sure this all kind of goes along with what you do. Gonna bring up my pages panel again. This is all about how you're going to promote their property. Yeah, again, make sure you actually do all this stuff, because you don't want someone to go back and be like, oh, but you said that you were going to do a just listed email blast to your database. Like, did you ever do that? Like, what if you never do it? Just make sure you actually follow through with it. Or more that it's things that you plan on following through with. Open house. It's a weird time right now that again, this is available to KW offices worldwide. So they don't know what the California laws are, so they're not going to edit this template week by week as these open house laws kind of change. So definitely, like, maybe get creative with this and just talk about virtual open houses, change all this text. Maybe talk about private showings, how you use them. Like, use a virtual tour first, and if they aren't still interested in the property, then they sign a PED. You can list all these things right here on the right. Use this page as a template if there's something else you want to say that this presentation doesn't already say. Because again, open houses are, we don't really know what's happening with them just yet, how they'll be in 2 months. I'm going to open up to questions again. Does anyone have anything? Nope. Cool.
I do. I have one quick question.
What's up, Bernard?
Once you put this all, I'm sure you're going to get there in just a second. Once you do all 16 pages, then are you suggesting you print this, or is this something you can email?
I'll talk about that in the end. So okay. Basically, we can do all of those things. Again, like I don't think people are meeting with potential sellers right now, but it's good to know, when people do start, when it does become normal again to meet with people. I'll show you how to do that. But yeah, like door knocking, like we're not doing door knocking right now. And maybe this is a listing that they want to get on next week. Delete that, obviously. Yard signs, yes. Mobile marketing, yes. If you plan on doing video, maybe this is a kind of a fixer-upper. You're not going to spend money on video, maybe. Get rid of that, maybe. I want to bring up my pages panel, but every time I hover, my Zoom thing pops up. You guys can't see. Yeah, so we have 16 pages right now. And then I'm going to add this one. And this is, obviously, you're going to take some time on this one. This is all about you. I think this is great, real experience, real expertise. If you're part of a team, a lot of people struggle with pages like this because they might be a newer agent that don't have these numbers. This is definitely a time to get creative and just really put it into, just customize it to you and make yourself look impressive. Maybe talk about the office, talk about like how the office is backed by this many people. We have people that have been in the business for this many years. Maybe you just got into real estate, but you've been in a kind of customer service role for 20 years. Put 20 plus years in helping people. Just kind of get creative. And you can definitely, say you can only think of three things. I'm going to put that one back. Oh, my page just kind of deleted there.
Connor, once you get this all thing put together, can you just save it and now it's mine? I just need to go into each time and edit it myself?
Exactly. Yep. I'll
Cool.
show you where you can find this again too.
Cool.
Yeah, like say you only can think of 3 things here. I'm just gonna delete that, and then I'm just gonna take this red box here and just make it shorter. And also I keep clicking Command Z, but you can click this undo button and redo button up in the top left corner of your screen. But yeah, take some time on this one. This is, again, it's all about you. This stuff down here is pretty cookie cutter and definitely works for everybody. But yeah, I can read it. Here's another one about the numbers. Say you're not confident in how much you can really do here. But yeah, even one listing, you could put the median sales price of all of your listings. You could just put that there. See, if you've done 3 listings all in the 1 to 1.3 range, you know, you put, what is that, $1.15 million. I sell 18% over the market average. Say that's not true, delete that. But these are great because if you've only done 1 listing, or you can talk about buyers too. You know, if, yeah, whatever you have, just make it work here. But again, you can just get rid of things if it doesn't work, or you can just not put the page in altogether. If you're not confident in what's here, just get rid of it. Outpacing the market. I guess this is talking about the number of contracts you've signed, like how fast you've done it faster than 85% of the market. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead, credentials and awards. Again, this is kind of a page. I feel like it might work a little more for an more experienced agent. But right now it does have a lot of stuff about KW itself. So definitely keep that. But if you've gotten an award yourself, put that in there for sure. What I would do is copy and paste that. Copy. Paste is not coming up. Let me see if I just do Command V. Yep, Command V pastes. So I made the named, or like you made the $3 million club. June 2020. I just did Command C, Command V to paste. It's so small that I'm going to zoom in just so I can actually grab it. $2020. And that's just an example of how you can put a personal award in there. But I think the rest of it I'm going to kind of breeze through, because once you can get those pages, you can kind of do anything. This is just about KW. This page is just kind of past sales if you want to put that. Do the same method that we did earlier with these properties. We looked it up on KWLS and just replaced things. This is just a different format of that page. If you want bigger photos and things like that, you can definitely do that. And this kind of fills up the page more. So say you've only had 3 deals, you've only done 3 deals. That's fine. Do that. If you've had, 15, like use, 2 or 3 of this. Another format here for 2. So yeah, it's up to you if you're just doing it for bigger photos, or if you have less, you could just put that. And if you don't have any deals, that's fine. Just don't, you don't have to include these pages. A lot of listing presentations don't have that. I think this is a testimonial page. Let me see. Yeah. So testimonials, throw them here. We're going to do the same thing, just kind of copy and paste in there from what people wrote. This is a great page, like just a promise to be dedicated to you, getting your home sold for the best price, to serve you. A lot of these family pictures are great. I think they're just kind of relatable, and just that it kind of just gives like a personal touch, and it just like speaks to people a lot more than maybe like a bunch of luxury homes. These family photos are great to have in here. This page is good to go. And then we kind of have a close page for the back. And just has your contact information. And you put it in there. Cool. And then once we're done, we're going to go over here. And I'm going to name it. I should have done this in the beginning. I'm not leading by example there. Listing presentation. Smith, I think was the family I named it for. I'm going to download this as a PDF. You don't want to do it as JPEGs, because that's just like a bunch of like image files. You want a PDF of multiple pages. I think all the time do high resolution. There's really no reason why you'd want low resolution. And I'm just going to download that. And then this is going to take a minute or two. It's kind of giving me an update there. Does anyone have any questions right now?
No, this is all great stuff. Thank you very much, Connor.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And the great thing about it is it's also recorded, so it's something you're going to send out to us after the call. That way we can kind of go back and review it and practice kind of in our own sandbox.
For sure, definitely. And definitely just like, if you want to follow along, go in there, watch a part, pause it, do it on your own. But now that I have this as a bonus, I'm just going to make a flipbook of it. And this is how easy these flipbooks are, because everyone freaks out how cool they are. All I'm doing is just like uploading it to this website. So I have this PDF on the bottom of my screen. I'm going to go to quick upload here. Just make an account. If you don't know what a flipbook is, you'll figure it out right now. I'm just dragging it there. I'm naming it listing presentation presentation for Mary and Joe. I'm just going to put that in the description too. While it loads, I'm just going to kind of, I can check out things on the left. I can kind of change the look of the backgrounds and things like that. Not necessary at all, but I like to kind of change it up. Changing the background color. Right now it's going to be black. You'll see it once it's done uploading, obviously. Yeah, so I just want to make it like a kind of like a white gray. We'll be able to apply it once the PDF is uploaded completely. Yeah, while this loads, any other comments, questions?
No, I've never seen the Flipbook HTML5.com site before.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. It can actually use for many other marketing material that you're just sending out and creating content that you're
Exactly.
putting on social media and what have you.
Yeah, and sometimes just sending that PDF, it's easier to read sometimes, but people love this flipbook. Like people just kind of go, wow, it's so cool. I can flip the pages and stuff. And yeah, you'll see in a second how cool it is.
What's the one thing that stands out amongst all other agents? You're doing something and you're bringing something to the table that the other agents aren't doing.
Yeah.
It's the little things that stand out that grab the attention of your prospect, soon to be client.
Definitely. And definitely you can send it in a PDF and a flipbook if you want.
That's cool.
In the same email, just say like, hey, I've attached the PDF of my listing presentation for you, but you can also check it out in this flipbook format. So if you feel like it's hard to read on here, because they can't it's a little hard to kind of zoom in on these pages because it's like you're viewing this whole book. So if they just want to see it in a PDF, that's fine. Just attach it to the email too. And then if you do want to print this, we do have in our office, we have these listing presentations that you can bind. We have these leather covers that you basically just put in all the pages, and then we have like a unibind heat kind of treatment thing, and it just kind of binds it into this book for you. Once we're kind of meet with clients and things like that again, when we have full-time back in the office, we can do that for you, that binding process. I'm probably going to cut this whole part out of the video before I post on YouTube because it's taking forever. But I think it's only us three on here left. But
I'd be happy if you keep it in, send it to us from the Zoom recording, and then as you upload it to YouTube, you can cut it out of YouTube.
that's
But
what I'm going to do.
if you can just send the full video, I don't mind waiting again in the video.
Yeah,
it's part of the process. It's a reminder of the flipbook.
Yeah, and you can fast forward and all that. And here it is. And then I'm going to open it there. And this is it. Send this link to your clients. It's good to go. The only thing here is that there is an ad. This is the free account. You could pay $15 a month if you don't want that ad. And then you can host a ton of books on here. With that paid account, you can just upload a ton of these listing presentations if you want. But this is it. It's like I can mess with this book, and it's kind of cool.
When you turn the pages, click at the bottom corner.
Yep, and click in the bottom corner. It kind of, you see how I'm just hovering right now, and it kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like I can flip. You know? Yeah, and then you just click it. Or you could drag it all over. If I wasn't on a trackpad, I could probably do it on a mouse a little easier. But yeah, this is it, guys. If you have any other questions,
Look pretty simple.
Cool. This is the best timed class I've ever done. I usually end extremely early, but yeah, we're here with 2 minutes to spare. So
Conner, if I want to save that, because I'm going to be going back and editing it for different properties here and there, where do I go? How do I do that?
let's check that out. Yeah. So we're going to click done up here. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on. All right, so we're back in Command. Let's say I just signed in. I'm on my home page. Going to go back to Designs, and it's on this first page. There it is. And then you could search it because it brings up all of the designs that you've ever done. You see, I have 167 projects. Here's from another class I did. It's funny. It's like the same homepage, listing your home with Conner Dubay. But yeah, listing Smith. Maybe I spelled it wrong. But yeah, listing, here it is. And you just click it and then it opens up that project again.
And then I can just edit it?
Yeah, yep. Cool, does that kind of answer it?
It did.
Great. All right. Thanks for coming, guys.
It's cool. Thanks, Conner. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me know if you have,
Conner.
yeah, just email me if you have any questions on it. Okay.
You got it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
See ya.